Hi, my name is DJ Anderson and welcome to the Digitizing Masterclass course. I'm very excited to show you what this course is about, how to navigate through it, and how to access it. When you come to the website digitizingmasterclass.com, the first thing that you'll want to do is log into your courses. And the easiest way to do that is clicking on the My Courses button up in the upper right hand corner. And when I click on this, it'll take me to where I can log in. So what you want to do is just enter in your username or your email address and your password and then choose to log in. So let's do that now. If you've previously logged in before, you will be taken to your dashboard. On the dashboard, you will be able to see the courses that you're enrolled in. You'll be able to look at your profile, your settings, and this is also where you can log out of the masterclass. If you've never logged in before, or you haven't enrolled in the class that you purchased, you'll be taken to that page first, where that will allow you to enroll. And then once there, you'll be able to access your dashboard. So you can see that I have 2 courses that I'm signed up for. And so I want to take a look at those. So what I need to do is to come down into enrolled courses right here, and I will click on that icon or the button right there. This will show me the classes or the courses that I'm enrolled in. You can see that I have the Introduction to Digitizing and the Digitizing Masterclass. Now I don't really need to have both of them. The Digitizing Masterclass actually includes everything that's inside of the Introduction to Digitizing. So when I go into the courses, I'm always going to come into the Digitizing Masterclass here. And to do that, we just click on this title Digitizing Masterclass, and it will open me up into that course. Once inside, you'll see a little bit of information about the program or the course, and you can see here I haven't started the course, so I can click that button if I want to, and I'll get right into starting the course. You'll notice as you scroll down that everything is organized into units, and I have a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, all the way down to 17, and these are the units in the course. And if you click the plus symbol next to one of the units, it'll drop down and it'll show you the content that you have access to. So it's really easy to get into it. It's very organized, and you want to work your way through one section at a time. These are designed to go through an entire unit, and you'll learn the skill for that topic. Like the run stitch, everything about the run stitch will be in this unit. Everything about the satin stitch will be in this unit, and so on. So it's organized in a way that makes it easy to learn about the different stitch types and techniques and theories. And you'll notice right here, I want to point out the Introduction to the Digitizing Masterclass. This is where you'll want to get started. I put in here a resource downloads, and this is a very important thing to do, is to download these resources. So if I click on this, it's going to take me into the actual course itself. So you can see on the screen now, this is actually the course that when you click on anything, you'll be taken into this section, and you'll notice that it has all of the units here, and you can still drop them down to access the content. Since I clicked on resource downloads, it brought me right into that page, and this is what I wanted to show you. You want to make sure you click here to download the resource files. When you click this icon, it's going to take you into onto the internet where you can download the resource files from Dropbox. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that here, and you'll see that it brings it into the Dropbox where I can come in here and just download it right here. It may look different on your screen, but this is, you'll have the option to be able to download from there. I'm going to go back. And what's included in here is you have your Masterclass Workbook PDF file. Okay, this is a very important workbook. This is basically the book, and it will contain all the information that we discuss in here. So in each section, when you click on something and you see all the text or the verbiage and the images, all of the information contained in here is going to be in this workbook. So you can print that out if you want. It's a PDF file. You also get a homework checklist. So this is a checklist that allows you to, as you get to a lesson, you can check it off as being done, and the assignments, the homework assignments, and it just allows you to keep track of everything. Plus, this is where the actual assignments are, is in this PDF file as well. They're also in this course throughout it, but you can actually see all the instructions and everything inside of this PDF file. And it's over 100, it's right around 100 pages. This one's over 115 pages. There's a lot of content that you get with this course, so you want to make sure that you download this stuff. Also, you'll have the design composition sheet. This is something that gets introduced in the Digitizing Designs unit. This is an incredible PDF file that I put together. It took years to kind of come up with it. It is something that will help you get organized before you digitize or start digitizing a design. And that's an extremely important thing to do. This helps get your thoughts out onto a paper, so that when you go into digitize, you know exactly what you're going to do. And it is a PDF file, but it's an interactive PDF file where you can click and it'll drop down and you can select things. And it comes in a 1, 2, 3, and 4 page version. So if you have a design that has very few things, you can just work on the 1 page version. But if you have a really detailed design that you have a lot of information to put in, you might go all the way up to a 4. You just have the option. You have 4 different versions of it. There is a standard fill pattern. This is something that is a file that's introduced in the fill stitch unit. You'll be able to access those designs there. And then you also have the unit, lesson, and assignment files. These are all the stitch files that go along with the lessons, or the images that you need to open up to digitize on top of. These files are located in each section when you get to them. However, I recommend downloading this file, and they'll be organized by chapter or by unit, and it's much easier to work from that than to have to download each time you're in a new lesson. So you can just download them all at once when you click on this resource file to download. So let's take a look at what these things are. So first, let me show you what the workbook is like. So let me bring this up here. And I apologize, I'm just like kind of in a preview on my computer. And you'll see that it has a title, so if you print it off, it's kind of like a cover for the book. You've got your copyright information, a little introduction, if you want to learn a little bit more about like my background and how this all came about. It's a little introduction there. It does have a table of contents, so you'll see it'll tell you what page everything is on. Pretty standard for like a book. And then we get into the book itself. And you can see over here as I'm scrolling down, there's a lot of content with pictures, a lot of guides, and this is just very helpful. And also at the same time, there are some things like charts, and these are located within the workbook as well. And so this might be something that you want to print out. I think that it would be very beneficial to have. And this one, like I said, this goes down to 132 pages. The content kind of stops at 126. But you can see that I even have a program contents in here. And this is really kind of neat too, because this shows you what comes with each unit. So you got like a video here. You've got a couple charts in this section for fabrics. You can see that for the run stitch, you have all these lessons and all these assignments that you get to do. Plus you have all the content and the videos that kind of help explain things as well. So it's a really a nice document to have, and it'll really help you get through this course. So I highly recommend that you download it. You don't necessarily have to print it off if you're comfortable looking at it, in a PDF viewer. That works just fine. The other part is that you have the homework checklist. So this is the other PDF file, and you can see it's kind of structured a similar way, smaller table of contents here, but in front of each section, like the lock stitch, the run stitch, you can see that you have a checklist, and this is something that I would recommend printing off, even if you only wanted to print off the checklist. But you can see that you can click off once you've watched the video or you've stitched out a design. If you've done the homework, it just allows you to keep track of where you are and what you have actually accomplished. And you can see that you have the homework, another checklist for the run stitch. There's quite a bit of content in there for it, so there's a lot of things going on. And then here's your assignments for the homework. So this is what you would do after you finish the lesson, is you get into the assignments. And this again is all contained within these units in the Masterclass course. Just showing you the PDF file that you do get that will help you also get through it. So you might want to print that out as well. So there's over 200 pages of content here available to you, so quite a bit. And let's take a look at the files. So when you download it, this is what you're going to see. The only thing you won't see is this Digitizing Masterclass zip file, because that's actually what you're downloading. Everything comes zipped together. When you unzip it, that's when you get this content here. And unzipping it, usually you can right click on it, or you can double click it and open it up. So what you're going to have is a design composition sheet folder, a resources folder, a unit lesson files, and then you're going to have the two PDFs that I just showed you, the Masterclass workbook and the homework checklist. Those are right here. That's something you download from inside of the course right here. So that's what's inside of here. So let's take a look at the unit lessons a little bit, because each one, not all of them have assignments and homework like fabrics. It doesn't. However, it has a couple of the PDF guides that you can click on. You could download. These are inside of that workbook, but if you didn't want to print the workbook and you just wanted to get the charts, you can do that. You can see the stabilizer and toppings, same thing. You've got a couple files here that you can print off that accompany the content. The recipes for success is actually pretty unique. With the recipe cards, I found that Avery sells an Avery 5389. You can see it's right here, which is a 4x6 postcard. And what I've done is actually created a number of recipe cards, and I put them into this template. So when you go into the Recipes for Success folder, go back there so you can see Recipes for Success, and this is in the unit lesson files. When you go into here, you'll see it says printable recipe card Avery 5389. So you can look up Avery 5389, and if you want to print these out onto 4x6 recipe cards, that's the template you need. So all of these inside of here are what are created on that template. So you're going to have the ability to print those off, open it, and print it. It's kind of a nice little feature that I put in here, so that it kind of helps you get going on building your recipe cards. And the recipe cards are extremely helpful when you're learning how to digitize especially. So let me go ahead and just open one of these up so you can take a look at it. So basically how this works, this template, is you can see it's this one page here, and you can see it fits within this area. This is the template for that Avery postcard. So when you print this, it's going to print two things here, and it should be perforated, or you can cut it, or you can fold it and have two sides. But this is already pre-formatted into the template, and you can just print these out. And the way that I arranged it is by unit. So you can see here anything for the fabrics is right here. There's 3 different ones that you can print off, and each one usually has two per page is kind of how those work. And you can see that there's all these different sections, and you have different recipe cards available to you. So just a nice little resource that you can have. You can print those off if you'd like to. And the other thing inside of this unit lessons, again, that's coming into the main folder, into the unit lessons. If I go to, like, let's say the run stitch, you'll see that it has lessons and assignments. So these are the lessons that are in this course, and also the assignments. So when I click on it, you're going to see they're by name. When you open it up, it has the files that you need to work with. Sometimes it's designs, sometimes it's just an image that you load into your software to work from. But it's all broken down. You can see assignments are right here. They're all labeled. There's one of the assignments that you digitize over the top of. It's all in order, and it's easily accessible. The design composition sheet is right here, and the design composition sheet is a really, really neat tool that's going to help you learn how to structure designs and get ready before you digitize your first stitch. And that's something that a lot of people fail to do at the beginning. That's why it's so important. So I wanted to show you what that looks like. So this is the design composition sheet. It is an interactive PDF. Now I'm in like preview on a Mac, so it might work a little different. I do recommend you'll be working off a Windows computer when you're using the software. Go ahead and use Adobe Acrobat Reader. The actual Adobe Reader will help you the most when you're going through the design composition sheet. It's just the formatting will work as you need it to. But you can see that how this is structured is I can come in, I can click, and I can just type in the information. Sometimes there's drop downs, and you can choose the drop down and it will change it to that. So you can see here, these are all the different underlay options. This is just there to help you structure your design. You have some check boxes. Basically, you're putting in what you're going to do in a design, and that's in a lesson couple times, so you'll learn more about this sheet then. But I just wanted to show you that it is in the resources. Okay, so that's what you have with the resources. It's very powerful. Now let me just go ahead and show you kind of how this works a little bit. So when I come in here, and you can see I have the plus symbols and the minus symbols here to access content within. A lot of times there's a video. You can see right here it says 16 minutes and 9 seconds. So you can see there's a video here with a little description below it, and you can just watch the video right from within here. So if I come down and let me get into something that's like more like running stitches, you can see that there's quite a bit of content here. So you're going to see that it has the run stitch. This is like basically the introduction, and so you would start and you'd go one after the other, and you can see that it has the content in it, the same content that's in that PDF workbook, but then you also have the video you can play right from within this course. And you can see that when you get down here, you have a run stitch lesson number 1, and you can see it has a video showing you about the lesson, and then it has the information about it. Also, you'll notice that the zip file or the downloadable file that gives you this design, you can access right here. But again, if you've already downloaded all of your resources up at the top, then you've already downloaded that. So it's just something to keep in mind there. But you can see there's a lot of content here. You have basic information and you have lessons. And the lessons, all the lessons are generally, they have some kind of a video with them to show you how it was done. The homework assignments or the assignments, they're different. They're based on everything you've done in the lessons, where you now apply what you've learned. And you can always go back to the lessons if you need any refreshing on how to do something. But it's all the assignments are based off doing the same type of thing as you were doing in the lesson. So, but it's just to challenge you, to get you using it, to get you to create stuff without having to be shown it. So the lessons will help get you prepared for the assignments. And you can see that there's just a lot of content here. There's a lot of videos in here. And you just work your way through one by one. And when you get to a section that has something you download, you can download it if you haven't already done so in the resource downloads. So that's kind of how you navigate through. It's pretty straightforward. When one of the other features that you have is you have this browse question and answer. So you can just type in a question and it stays inside of here. So when you log back in, if there's an answer to your question, you'll see it along and when you click on this tab. So you have your lessons list and you have your question and answer, and then this is just showing you what course you're in. So I hope that this helps get you started. And when you want to get out of the course, you simply just come back up here and click on My Courses, and it's going to take you right back into your dashboard. You can log out here, you can stay logged in. If you want to get back into the course, again, you just come in here to Enrolled Courses. You click on that icon, and it's going to show you what courses you have, and you simply click on the course, and you're back into it. And so it's pretty simple to use, but hopefully this will help you. If you have any questions, if you maybe haven't been back to it for a little while, the great thing about this course, you get to do it on your own time, when you want to do it and when it's convenient for you. You can pick up wherever you left off. It just makes it easy for you to get through it on your time. So I hope you enjoy it. It's been fun creating this. There's a lot of great information in this, and I can't wait to see what all you're able to create after going through this course.